This lesson is to do the concurrency constructions. So let's start with a random triangle. So first we're going to do is we're going to try to find the centroid of a triangle. Okay, so you have a random triangle. Okay, so centroid is the concurrent point of the three medians. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the median. Median is from the vertex to the opposite midpoint. So we need to find the midpoint. So from the previous lesson, we learned about how to do the bisecting a segment. Okay, so that's going to bisect each segment. Okay, so from here, again, you want to get over halfway. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to just go like this and switch over to this side. Okay, so this one is a little bit short, so I have to go back and do that. Okay, and then from here, so you want to use the pencil. Okay, so you want to connect this point with this point. Okay, so right now, what we have is so this point is the midpoint. Okay. So next we're going to connect from the vertex to this midpoint. So that's your median. So you're going to repeat the same for all three sides. Okay, so now let's go and do this one. Since this is kind of opening big, I'm going to do this one instead. Okay, because this is and this one is about the same, so we can keep the same, about the same opening, but maybe a little bit smaller. Again, it does not have to be a certain opening, as long as it's more than half. Okay. And so from this point, so again, this is your perpendicular bisector. Okay, so now this point is the midpoint, and so you connect to the opposing vertex. Okay. Now let's go and do the third side. Okay. Now if you do it accurately, then you should be able to meet in one point. Okay. And if your accuracy is off, then you won't be able to meet in one point. So that's how you know if your accuracy is good or not. Okay. So again, I'm going to bisect this one here. Okay. And then from here, go ahead and find the midpoint. So we just bisecting do the bisecting. Okay. So here's your midpoint right over here. Okay. So now you connect from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. And so that's pretty good, see? So that is your centroid. Okay? So this is how to do a centroid. You just find the midpoint of each and just connect. Okay? So now you can actually, from here you can actually get so if you actually, okay, now let's do this over again, but it's the same construction, except instead of from the vertex to the midpoint, you're going to have the perpendicular bisector meet. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. Okay, so again, you start with a random. And try to make it so that it's not like isosceles. Okay. Okay, that's close enough. Okay. So again, you start with a triangle. Now we're going to find a circumcenter. Okay. So the circumcenter, as you recall from here, the circumcenter is a perpendicular bisector. Okay. So actually, it's the same construction as the one we just did. Okay. But we're looking for different point. Okay. So instead of from here to here, we're going to look for that the concurrent point of the perpendicular bisector. Okay. So that's going to do the same thing. From the perpendicular bisector. Okay. Okay, so from here, we're going to get, so you want to make it a bit longer, okay? And now let's go and do this side. Okay, I'm going to do this side because this is about the same length. Okay. Okay, so again, you want to opening more than half of the length. Okay. Okay, so this one is not enough, so you have to erase and redo. Okay, we have to make it a bit longer. Okay, so you have to be more than half of the length. Okay, so again, you have to have a more than half of the length. So from here, okay, so go and get a perpendicular bisector. Okay, so we can see that it's right over here. Okay, now let's go and do the perpendicular bisector of this side. So again, the opening has to be more than half, or else you're not going to be able to have an intersection. Okay. So again, from perpendicular bisector. So we kind of off just slightly because they're supposed to be on the same point. That's okay. So again, you can see the difference. See over here, once we find the midpoint, we go and draw from the vertex to the midpoint. But this one, to get a circumcenter, we just go and make the perpendicular bisector longer, so they meet right over here, okay? And that would be your circumcenter. So from here, now if the three lines does not meet in one point, what you do is just get the middle of that little tiny triangle. Okay, just go and average it so that you use that as your right in the middle of the triangle. Okay, and then after that you go and open this to any vertices, any of the vertex. Okay, any one of the vertices. Okay, and you want to do a check before you draw the circle. Okay, looks okay. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so again, so both constructions are the same. The difference is that once you find the midpoint, okay, you go from the vertex to the midpoint. That's how you find the centroid. For this one, you extend the perpendicular bisector longer to meet at one point, and that's your circumcenter. From there, you just go and draw the circle. Okay. Okay. Next, let's go and do the orthocenter. Okay, so again, you start with a random triangle. Okay. And so this is using learn how to draw. So orthocenter is you're looking for the perpendicular line. So you have to draw the perpendicular line. So from there, so you can use what you learned from before to find the perpendicular line. You have to use the one that how to draw from the point, draw a perpendicular line to opposite side. So that's from one of your basic construction earlier. Okay, so I'm going to first how to get the two reference points. So from here, you go like this. Okay, and then from there, I guess if you don't want it that big, you can go ahead and kind of make it smaller. So that's your reference point. So from there, this one is kind of hard to get exact because of this arc. It's kind of the angle kind of is sharp, so it's very hard to find exactly where the point of intersection is. So you have to eyeball the best you can. Okay. So from here, so that's your point intersection. So from here, you can go and draw this. See, if you go all the way down like this, okay, so that's your altitude, okay, and you're going to repeat all three sides, okay. So you can from here. Now, sometimes this is too short. So sometimes you might have to extend the line. Okay, sometimes, so you might have to extend this longer so you got enough length. Okay, so I'm going to do this one now. Okay, so make it really big. Okay, so again, from here you go and draw. Have to make it even bigger. So this one is hard because you have to make the compass really open, really big. Okay. Okay, so you got that. Okay, then from here, so from here you get these 2 points and use that as your reference points. Okay, and then from here you go and place right over here. Again, you try to be exact as possible. Okay, so once you get this point intersection, then that's your altitude. Okay, now we're going to do this side. So just repeat 3 times, yeah? Okay, again, this one you have to extend this a little bit longer, so give you enough length. Okay, so they got 2 reference points over here. Okay, so put this right over here. Okay, and then use this point over here. Again, if you do it accurately enough, they should meet in that one point. Okay, well, let's see how is the accuracy. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, Okay, so this is your ortho center. Again, you just draw, so draw a perpendicular line through the point and to this line, okay, and do that for all three sides. Okay. Okay, next one we're going to do the in-center. In-center comes from bisecting the angle. Okay. Okay, so again, start with a random triangle. Now for the in-center, you might want to make your triangle kind of big, because the circle is kind of hard to draw on the inside. Okay, again, start with a random triangle. So you're going to bisect each of the angle. So to bisect angle, you can just have any opening, okay? And then from here, this one you can just keep one opening, okay? So put this on the vertex. Okay, and just go ahead and draw that. Okay, and from there, you just do this. So this one is easy. You can just have one opening throughout. Okay. So again, from here you draw that, and so from one point you get to 2 points, and 2 points you get 2 arcs, and that is your point intersection. Okay. So from here you draw this over here. So that's your angle bisector for this one, and just repeat for all three angles. Okay. So again, you can keep the same opening on the compass. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and do that. Okay, so now angle bisect. Okay, so that's the second one. Now let's go and bisect this one. Okay, so angle bisecting is kind of easy because you can just use one compass opening. Okay, and then from here you can draw. Again, if you're accurate enough, they should meet in one point. Okay, so this kind of tests your accuracy. Okay, so this one, again, you can see that we're off by a little bit. Okay, you see that? So if you have this kind of situation, if they don't meet in one point, then what you do is you just make right in the middle of that triangle, make that as your center. Okay, so they should meet in one point. But if they don't, okay, this one is very hard to get exact. So if you're off a little bit, that's okay. Okay, from here you can see, you just put the dot right in the middle of that little triangle, and that would be your center. Okay, so the next you have to get your radius. Okay, to the radius, again, the radius would be the perpendicular to the opposing side, so it would be just like this. Okay, just like this over here. So we have to find the perpendicular distance. Okay, so from there, so the in-center is very hard to, angle bisecting is hard to get it exact. Okay, so we have to get a perpendicular to find where that perpendicular distance is. Okay, so we're going to go this. Okay, and then I'm going to just keep the same opening. Okay, so we're looking for the perpendicular bisector, perpendicular, let's say altitude, to find the radius. Okay. Okay, so this is the point where it meets. So that is your radius. So what you need to do next is go and get your compass to open to that. okay? And then from there you can go and draw. Let's see. Again, this one, the accuracy is very hard to get exact. Okay, so let's see how it turns out. So, yeah, so this is kind of off. So you can see that our accuracy is off, okay? But anyway, these are the steps. So again, this one is very hard to get it exact, okay? Okay, so again, if you do it correctly, this one should be way over here, okay? Looks like it maybe should be right over here. What if you put the circle right over here, the center? So if you put a center right on this corner, it probably is more accurate. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, there you go. So if you make the center right over here instead, looks like this one is off. Looks like this line is off. So this should be, your center should be right over here. Okay. So sometimes again, you just have to play with it to get a better accuracy. So this one, yeah, see, this is much better circle. Yeah, so that one, so this again, if you put a center over here, it's much better. So as you can see, this one is off a little bit, and let's throw everything off, okay? So, but that's okay. But the key is, the main point is learn how to draw these, okay? If it's messed up, you just have to start it again and just see if you can come with a better accuracy, okay? Okay.